Trouble yourself not with the cost of this crusade. Its noble end affords you broad tolerance in your choice of means.
You know, considering the fact that that advice is coming from the guy who, by not thinking of the costs, wound up summoning the Eldritch and possibly causing the end of the world, maybe I don't want to take your advice when it comes to the ends justifying the means. Anyway, let's pop over to the stagecoach and see what they got for us. No Vestals anywhere. 2 Hellions, 3 Plague Doctors, no Vestals. Well, we'll heal some other way. Now first, I actually want to visit the Survivalist and look into upgrading people's camping skills. Start by teaching the Occultist Encourage, so he has at least... Honestly, pretty much all of the Occultist's unique camping skills aren't very good. See, the only one he doesn't have is Bloody Shroud and Quarantine. Not a big fan of either of those. Let's go through here. I'm going to teach this one Encourage, and I'm not really a big fan of Pep Talk. It's not bad, but there are a lot that are better. And I just clicked on Wound Care, even though I don't really like Wound Care that much. For the most part, the high-level people have a pretty good set of camping skills. Let's see. I want the Crusader to learn Stand Tall, though. The ability to remove mortality debuffs is actually quite useful, as is Encourage. Anger Management increases his stress and decreases everyone else's. Eldritch Blood is pretty neat, but honestly... Really, all of the Abomination's camping skills are actually pretty bad. I mean, Anger Management, I suppose, is okay because he has Absolution to reduce his own stress. Let's see. So we can get Gallows Humor. By comparison... The Highwayman has a really good collection of camping skills. Bandit's Sense is probably his weakest, but otherwise Clean Guns or Unparalleled Finesse, depending on whether you want to specialize in melee or ranged. Gallows Humor has done us a lot of good over the year or so that we've 2 years or so that we've been doing this, and Encourage is good no matter who's using it. Let's see about you. And I'm not really going to worry about camping skills for anyone who's Resolve level 1. Trinket Scrounge could be helpful. I think I'm actually going to have Seguier learn Strange Powders because the 20% resistance to everything could actually be pretty helpful. And I'm actually going to have Koliar learn Encourage. I'm not a big fan of Mockery. It could be helpful if you use it on the right hero class. By comparison, though, Tiger's Eye, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, Turn Back Time, and Encourage are all really powerful. Of course, no surprise, the Jester is the stress management expert. Right. Now let's check the Living Sword of All. Yeah, her camping skills are pretty good. And I'll just have I to learn... what's it called? Yeah, I decided to take... No, I want to sort by class. I guess I can't be in this menu and do that. There we go. Wait, no, I don't want to sort by class. I want to sort by level. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore! I wanted to go through everybody's camping skills because I have a tendency to neglect people's camping skills. Now let's see if there's anybody who's reasonably high level who could use a weapon upgrade. Pretty sure all the level 6s are good, and most of the level 5s are also. Canoville is not, however. You know, let's change that. Well, I'll stick with just upgrading his weapon for now. We're running a little low on money again. However, let's see about his abilities. Those are also just barely not maxed out. Though, gonna hold off for now since I also don't know for sure who I'm going to use in the next mission. Let's see if the Nomad Wagon has anything good, though. Gunslinger's Buckle. Do we already have one of those? Let's see, where's our Highwayman? There he is. He's not equipping it. Sort by class. And that changed who I had selected to whoever was already selected in that slot. We only have one Highwayman, and he doesn't have a Gunslinger's Buckle. And we as a expedition don't own one. It's very good. So is the Wounding Helmet. In fact, it's a tough call which one of them is better. Well, let's start by selling some duplicates. Let's see if I can sell enough stuff to, see if I can sell enough stuff to make enough money to buy one of those, because those are really helpful. Right. How much would I get for these? You know what? Yes. I'll sell one Holy Orders. Hold on to the Defender's Seal for now. The downside to selling some of our duplicates is that then if we lose a hero that has one of that's equipping one of them, that trinket is gone. I do not need 4 health stones though. Alright. That should be enough for now. I say as I sell one more trinket. Which one is more likely to be helpful? I really want both, but I'll go with the Gunslinger's Buckle. The only melee skill that I generally have a Highwayman use is Open Vein, and I do that more for the bleeding damage. And that should be enough for... that should be enough buying for now. Let's go take on a mission while I still have enough money to afford provisions. Sort by level. Let's remove you from the team. Okay, so the first question is, what options do we have? I mean, we could always take on the Darkest Dungeon and get Talismans of the Flame. But I don't think it'd be a good idea. We don't have a champion level Occultist or Vestal, so we don't have a champion level main healer, so we can't really do the Darkest Dungeon right now. And I think I've decided which mission we're going on. We're going on the one that'll give us a Sacred Scroll, because I believe we don't have any more of those. Let me quick find. Riviere is... yeah, she's not equipping one. So... sort by character class restriction. And this will narrow things down. Yeah, we do not have... yeah, we lost our last Sacred Scroll when the previous Vestal died. So... or a Tome of Holy Healing. Looks like we're going to the ruins. I mean, I'm going to check what the other ones are just in case, but I think I know where we're going. Yeah, so it's one of these two. So a medium mission or a long mission. The long mission will get us more experience and more gold. So, the Sacred Scroll reduces stress, increases healing, but reduces stun chance and damage. The Book of Holy Healing increases the power of healing skills, but reduces max HP. I'm going to go for the Sacred Scroll on the basis that it increases healing by more. It also reduces stress intake, and since we only have one Vestal, I would need her to be on the field as much as possible. So we're going for a medium difficulty mission. We don't have a Vestal, so we want to bring a fairly durable team composition. So, let's include an Abomination. And let's go with the more experienced Leper. Let's see. Do I want to bring a... the issue is, I'll bring a Occultist and a Highwayman. That should be a decent team composition for this. So, before we do anything else, unequip all trinkets. Sort by character class restriction, and let's go through. So, first question. Who should get the portrait? Because somebody's getting the portrait. The question is, who is most likely to level up? Alright. I'm fairly certain, even with the portrait, we are not going to get 10 resolve experience from one mission. So, I will give the portrait to the occultist on the basis that he needs fewer than 10. To get him up to, and that will also allow us to have an occultist who is champion level. The other reason to do that is because he doesn't really have a very good collection of his own trinkets. So he gets the Ancestor's Portrait. And you know, to balance that out, I'm going to give him the Book of Sanity, so that he no longer has, instead has an overall decrease in his stress level. Right. Now for you, first thing you're getting is the Gunslinger's Buckle. Yeah, I'm planning on yet another Mark Exploitation team. And let's see if there's anything else I can get that increases ranged damage. Let's see. Slayer's Ring. Let's see. You know, a lot of what we're fighting is going to be undead. I'm actually going to give him the Necromancer's Collar. Just focus on having him be able to hit the enemy really hard. Now for you, we have Lock of Patience, Restraining Padlock, which reduces the stress associated with transformation. That could be very helpful on a long mission. And then since he's in position 2, I'm also going to give him the Protective Padlock. That just leaves the Leper. Fortunate Armlet, absolutely. Accuracy and critical rate are very important. And you know what? Let's go with the Redemption Armlet so he can also actually hit fairly hard. Yeah, this is a very offensive team. This is a team that likes to hit things. And then when they're done hitting things, they like to hit things more. Let's drop Pep Talk for Encourage. The downside to this team composition is that I'm fairly certain the only ability we have to prevent nighttime ambush is Unspeakable Commune. You know, it'd be really nice if we had, you know, like a Vestal or something. Right, he's in position 4, so Sacrificial Stab is of no use to him. Pistol Shot. Yeah, and the Highwayman really needs to be in position 3. Alright, so Dark Ritual is good. Encourage. I may as well go with Pep Talk. Alright. Actually, the one thing is I want to drop... Yeah, Clean Guns is good, but since he's using the Gunslinger's Buckle, I'm dropping Unparalleled Finesse for Gallows Humor. Wait. Bandit's Sense prevents nighttime ambush. What am I talking about? In that case, for you, let's trade Unspeakable Commune for Wound Care. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy torches. When I'm done doing that, I'm going to buy torches. And after that, I'm going to buy torches. Because I'm not forgetting the torches again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me... What are we at? 4 times now? I only need 2 medicinal herbs. A good number of keys. I don't need that many keys. Plenty of holy water. I believe the ruins have the most interactions with holy water. The other thing is we want to bring a lot of food because we're unlikely to have random events that give us food. Okay. Quick pre-flight check. We got a firewood, we got our medicinal herbs, we have torches, we have shovels, anti-venom, bandage, skeleton keys, holy water, and food. Is there anything we do not have? If anyone sees anything I don't have, raise your hand. Nobody? Okay, let's do this. And the game's decided to remind me that a well-placed supply item can protect against the hazards of interactive objects you encounter. Yeah, I've learned that one the hard way. And then I forgot it and had to learn it the hard way again.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar. Now, foreign.
Okay, how do we want to do this? So to here, then to here, then to here, then down, circle around. Okay, I think I have a plan. We're gonna have to... Whoa! I was going to say not a bad place to start, but, well, I guess at least it was harmless, so it's better than nothing. Okay. Well, I don't want to be hit by Quarrel, so let's prevent that. And that is how we prevent Quarrel. Well, sort of. The conscripts are being conscripts and doing nothing. Well, let's manacle one of them, see if we can stun it. And we can. What are the odds that Hugh can kill both of them? Its damage is 7 to 14, so 50% chance that it one-shots the one from full health. And there we go. Now all I need is, yep, for the occultist to go first. Mark the marksman. And may as well use absolution, because why not? Ooh. Our turn order was more different than I was expecting it to be.
Sedated.
But let's see what this does.
Obliterated.
It does that.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Okay, we're gonna be on a bit of a journey today, guys, because this place is kind of cubishly shaped, so it's gonna be a bit of running back and forth. Actually, the plan involves you guys stepping on spikes repeatedly.
By evil intent.
And the plan involves you guys actually walking in circles a lot, but trust me, wait. That's the second pack we've had that's already been looted. Was there another team already ahead of us? Or are we scouting an area we've already been? I swear I've seen that pack before. Ooh. Haven't seen that trap before, apparently. Yeah, you guys are gonna be... If you feel... Okay, don't worry, guys. If it feels like you're walking in circles, that's just because you are. Ooh, that was scouting and a half. And our first shovel.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
And it appears that the skeletons were killed in the, And, well, whoever was in this area before us, at least they were kind enough to leave us a map. Unfortunately, we apparently have to visit the areas in person to properly inspect the nothing and confirm... What the... Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm calling it. Somebody's already done this mission before. They looted the first few packs, and then they just decided to leave us a map they'd drawn of everything that they scouted. This mission has already been done. We're just repeating it. Though apparently the monsters all respawned or something. Alright, weird reconstruction. Okay, good, successful weird reconstruction. Unsuccessful blanket fire, even better. Open vein can only reach the guy in position 1. Let's see if we can just take out the cutthroat. Well, we can't one-shot it without a critical hit, which we didn't get and I wasn't expecting. But let's back that up with Beast's Bile. Alliteration unintended, but you can give me credit for it anyway. And one miss for us to remember you by. That just leaves the bloodletter, and once this guy's gone, the Fusilier should be less of a problem. Of course,
exposed to Achilles' blow.
That is relative. Well, let's see if we can stun this one. Nope.
A death by inches.
Let's go with another weird reconstruction. You know, considering the fact that it's implied that he's, like, using magic to force your body to regrow, I'm honestly surprised that that can't, like, give somebody mega cancer or something.
Size has no intrinsic
It's like, it's like, yeah, you overused weird reconstruction. You don't just have cancer, you have super cancer. You have mega
As the
cancer.
seed falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Drop the deeds and the citrine in favor of the ruby and the emeralds. And this has been a really generous dungeon. Now that I've said that, something terrible is about to happen, I know, but honestly it feels like the game is mocking me. It's like, oh, let your baby have a few easy missions. You know he can't handle it. Beast's Bile on the Bone Bulwark.
Precision and power.
Ooh, critical Beast's Bile. Never underestimate the power of vomit. And I do not want to be hit with Quarrel. Let's see if we can make that happen. Okay. Viewpont? See that bone marksman? I don't want to.
Destroy.
There, good. And to no one's great surprise, Spear Thrust can hit anywhere that it damn well feels like. But fortunately, the Bulwark decided not to use Axe Blade. Which leaves me the opportunity of doing this.
Decimated.
And at this point, the Bulwark pretty much has nothing to defend anymore. The Spearman is just about... Yeah, the Spearman is basically toast now, thanks to the poison. Everyone else is dead. We actually managed to kill the enemy's tank last. May as well be an opportunity to do a little bit of healing. Ooh.
Sedated.
It's only bleeding for almost as much as you regain. And the irrelevant foul warding. Well, I suppose it's relevant because of... it's relevant because it increase. Yeah, it does increase its protection. Not by a lot, but it does increase it. Not by enough, but it does increase it.
Maintain the offensive.
It is also kind of funny that when either the Bone Bulwark or our own Man-at-Arms, when he's seriously injured, he can increase his odds of survival by jumping in front of someone else and taking damage for them too, because it increases his protection. And, you know what? May as well just finish this guy off.
Continue the onslaught.
I am really liking the damage numbers that, I'm really enjoying the damage numbers that Viewpont is putting out. That was an unimpressive treasure, further reinforcing the idea that this place has already been explored. It's like, it's just a supply item, may as well leave it for somebody, for the next crew. Though, that's starting to make this feel like some kind of government make-work program where we're just mapping the same ruins over and over again with different groups of people because they need to keep us busy doing something. Just like, well, you'll map it out, and then we'll take the map, and we'll take it to the archives, and we'll burn it. And once we've burned the map, we'll make a new map. And so in protest, the previous team decided to make a copy of the map and just leave it there so that we have less work we have to do. Except, we're good little drones, and we're actually going to explore the entirety of the area that we already have a map of, just to confirm that every stone is exactly where the map says it is. You gotta properly inspect the nothing. It's very important. And, of course, despite my best efforts, the Bone Noble gets off one last tempting goblet. And Hugh might kill the veteran. No, it won't. It will only do 5 to 10 damage. Never mind! Never mind. Forgot about the critical. Okay, let's get rid of at least one of the nobles, and we all know how useless the nobility are.
Give them no quarter.
Foul warding. Can't hit him with Beast's Bile, but if I can stun the Bulwark... That was a fairly big if. Oh, let's reduce his protection then. This just means that the noble gets one more turn before he dies. Oh, right, he can't use Tempting Goblet, because he has to be far away to use Tempting Goblet. And yes, I am actually that bad at remembering the areas that my enemies can attack into. Oh, there we go. That's over and did with.
This expedition at least promises success.
You know, we're unlikely to have any other use for them. Nope. We have plenty of bandages. Nope, nothing. All right, I'm not risking it with no idea what's in there. All right. So how do I want to do this? Up, over. Oh yeah, over, down, over. Okay, got it. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of walking in circles. We just have this kind of repeated spiral exploration pattern to make sure that we get all the rooms with minimal backtracking.
Finding the stuff
And we
is
found
only the
pity
first
gold!
test. Now it must be carried home.
We found pity gold! Along with the pity map and the pity supply items. I guess the previous mission was really successful, so they just loaded all their extra stuff onto, that's a problem.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh, even with a critical hit, it didn't actually cause any movement. That's helpful. Yeah, that bone veteran is in exactly the wrong position to benefit from stealth. Take out the... And she resisted blight too, so she's... This enchantress is determined, I'll give her that. You know what? Let's just kill the enchantress. I don't actually need to reposition her, I just want her dead. I'm tired of being hit by, whatever it's called and whatever it does. No, I'm tired of her messing with my torch level. That's what it really comes down to. I want my torch level to stay where it is, thank you. Also, welcome to the team where quarrel is not the problem I'm actively trying to deal with. Oh, let's stun this guy. And let's see if I... Nah, I'm going to use weird reconstruction. I was going to see if I could kill the cultist gladiator with... You know, kill the cultist gladiator with weakening curse, but it didn't work. Well, that's the end of the Arablest. Yeah, Viewpont, I think you're in for a promotion or several. You've really been doing well this mission. Even when you aren't shooting at marked targets.
A trifling victory.
Drop a deed for the
but
protection
a victory
stone.
nonetheless.
Okay, this is where we are. We may not even need to make camp. And that's kind of both a good thing and a bad thing. The threats haven't been serious enough for us to need to make camp. We also don't really have enough loot to have a good reason to make camp. Okay, you are unholy. Let's start with vulnerability hex. The ghoul is the only real threat. So, Beast Vial, because if I can blight the ghoul, that's just another way of causing damage to it. And pistol shots, and that did less than I was hoping. Well, Hugh at least gets rid of those two. That just leaves the... Which means the ghoul is the only one that gets an action. Unfortunately, it's quite an action.
The horror.
And because it's faster... Oh, and it also gets in Skull Toss. Oh, manacles. Yep. Tortival, why don't you just reconstruct yourself? And I will never get tired of seeing the ridiculous criticals that weird reconstruction gets. I've derived way more entertainment than I ever should have out of the really weird healing formula that it uses that allows you to get a critical that heals you for 2 hit points. So I'll feed these two. That horror effect ain't going anywhere, but at least it only hit the 2 people who can de-stress themselves. But after this mission, I think it's time to make camp just to reset the torch level. Because yes, that's the only reason we need to make camp. Alright. Stun the marksman. This is going to be easy. I don't think I can completely eliminate them in one turn, but watch me. I am going to take 0 damage from this fight. Okay, that's one marksman. The other one is stunned. Alright, it's all on you, Bernier. I had to say it! I had to say it! Game saw me getting too big for my britches and it decided to punish me. Let's go with absolution. There's nothing else for you to do.
Blood pumps. The limbs obey.
Because I don't even need to mark the target for that to kill it. Okay. Oh, and they get to go first this time. Of course, now they miss. Now that it isn't going to ruin my no damage. I need to learn to keep my mouth shut. Okay, Bernier. This is your second chance. Don't screw this up. There. And if you'd done that the first time, I would look like less of an idiot.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Let's drop the jade, actually, for... Honestly, I probably should have just dropped the medicinal herbs. Oh, let's light up the firewood. And we can afford to feast.
It's a goal without hope.
Everybody is fully healed. Now, before I forget, bandit sense to prevent nighttime ambush. Gallows humor, gambling that it won't cause any... That went all kinds of wrong. Let's all take turns encouraging the occultist. Okay. Yeah, gallows humor usually works a little better than that.
A blazing star is born.
Though I suppose, given the style of my commentary, you shouldn't be surprised that I really like the camping skill gallows humor. Let's see what we got here. Oh, an actually dangerous team composition is what we've got here. Alright, how do I want to do this? Bulwark is going to be a problem no matter what. Let's see if we can get it blighted. Let's get some blight going. And we're going to get hit with Coral no matter what. The other one's probably going to fire next. Yep. Let's see if you can one-shot this one with a pistol shot. You know, that's actually close enough. And I'll show you guys why. Because Demon's Pull does just enough damage to finish the job. Ooh.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be... They really just do not like the leper. Yeah, Bernier, I'm sorry to say this, but apparently your disease is so off-putting that the skeletons are grossed out by you. I'm sorry, they're not the ones saying... I'm not the one saying it, they are, but that's apparently what we've got right now. Oh, and... and... Weird Reconstruction managed to be a net loss. You actually are... Well, no, since I used a bandage and you lost 2 hit points to bleeding and gained 2 hit points, we broke even, except we used up a bandage. Congratulations, Weird Reconstruction. You actually managed to make things worse.
Masterfully executed.
Congratulations, Viewpont. You actually managed to make things better. Yep, we're a team where our best healing ability has a fairly high chance of causing damage to us. Yeah. I believe I call it the back alley doctor effect. And there we go.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Ah, torch beyond measure. And there was gold in there somehow. I really don't know how they pulled that off. And rock beyond measure. You know, at this point, it's probably good, high-quality stone. Why aren't we salvaging the stone from all these collapsed tunnels so that we can sell it later? Alright. Another hallway battle in our just endless pattern of spirals. It's like that old snake game where it's like you have to eat you control like this snake, you have to eat the thing, but if the snake touches itself, you lose, but the snake gets longer each time. That's what this pattern looks like. Like I'm going in this complex spiral pattern to avoid ever doubling back on myself. I'm honestly just gonna let the, I'm gonna let the leper handle the gargoyles. And just focus on ending the ghoul as quickly as I can. This may not be a good idea because once again I've decided to turn this fight into a damage race.
Another one falls.
It does appear to be working though. Because the one thing the leper is good at is hitting people. Since the ghoul is already stunned, I'll stun the other guy. Now let's go with Weakening Curse. Get rid of some of that protection on top of everything else we're doing to him. And... you know, just go with Solemnity.
A momentary abatement.
I would like if Bernier could end this mission without having to receive any stress treatment. I'd like if we can end the mission with no one needing stress treatment. Flurry of Claws. And now we find something out about the turn order. Yep. Our Abomination gets to go before the Ghoul does. Let's see what happens when I do this. And... congratulations, team. You managed to go through a fight in which the Ghoul did 0 damage. The Ghoul accomplished nothing. And Weird Reconstruction accomplished something. It accomplished bleeding.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
And as if to reward me for my cleverness, relatively speaking, we get a Jute Tapestry. I didn't even know ghouls could drop those. I'm not complaining, though. I guess the previous team that explored this area must have missed that one. Or, I don't know, since the enemies are all back, I assume the enemies move from area to area. Right. Actually, I'm gonna go with Manacles. And you go before the Occultist. But you know, with the Necromancer's Collar and the Gunner's Buckle, you should be able to pull this off. You can. Well, in that case, if I can't reduce... they already have 0 protection, but let's reduce their damage. Uneducated Savage. Seems kind of appropriate for the Cultist Gladiators, honestly. And Squish for the Old Gods. And I'll use the last of our bandages. And let's see if you can one-shot. You can't. You can't one-shot this one. And you've been rendered again. And this time we're out of bandages, so I can't fix you. Oh. Let's see how much damage this does. I can't use it because you're too far forward. Well, let's just heal the Highwayman then. And he resisted bleeding. Okay, okay. I officially apologize to our leper for all the times, for my making fun of him for all the times that he's missed. I just missed. I was trying to click on the gladiator, and I accidentally clicked on the dead gladiator next to him. Yes, my aim actually is that bad. Fortunately, Viewponts isn't.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I'm not entirely sure I would call a guy who doesn't know how to wear a shirt nightmarish. Now, this is pretty nightmarish, at least if you've ever been hit by Quarrel, but a guy with no shirt isn't really especially nightmarish. Right? That's not alright. And nobody else can reach him either. Yay. Well, let's just go for raw damage then. We're durable enough, we can take it. Chop. One more Beast's Bile and he's done. Unfortunately, now this is happening. It's okay, we'll be fine. We'll put you back together later. That is actually a good thing. Seriously, that... oh. And that is a bad thing. But now, because he used Foul Warding, I can hit the frontmost bulwark with Beast's Bile. Alright, the only thing you can reasonably do is to heal yourself. Alright. And... Viewpont... Grape Shot Blast won't hit the farthest back guy. Viewpont, finish what you started. There we go. 2 shots isn't as good as 1, but it's at least enough. They really love foul warding. It isn't really doing them any good, but... It's just gonna go... I'm not even entirely sure who's guarding who at this point. I'm just gonna go with Critical Solemnity. Okay, so the lower health one was guarding the higher health one.
Slowly.
Well, he's dead
Gently. Now. This is how a life is taken.
And I don't feel like letting you have the amount of protection that you have, so now you have less protection than you used to have. Alright, I need you to hit and do at least 3 damage. 19 is higher than 3. Good job. That was your math lesson for the episode.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I know it's an heirloom chest, but there's a chance that it has things that aren't heirlooms. It was a small chance, but it was a chance. Okay, Iron Maiden, nothing. And I'm actually gonna take a chance and nah, I'm not gonna take the extra risk. I'm gonna let the Highland disarm it. Only the person who actually disarms the trap receives the stress reduction, so I was considering letting somebody who doesn't have 0 stress disarm the trap, but honestly, it's not really worth the risk, considering how low everyone's stress level is. I mean, they're pretty much just out exercising. This is like their incredibly fucked up equivalent of like a rec room or a gym. This is just a workout for these guys. That's why there was a map of the entire area back there. This is really just a training exercise that we're pretending is a real mission. That's why the stress levels are so low. And that's the last bit of nothing that we have to inspect. Now let's walk over to this curio and become something inspectors. And yep, go ahead and have a snack. Don't worry, we got plenty of animal crackers. Just don't... we have 12 stacks of food here. We got plenty of snack food. If you get hungry, tell me. Don't eat any of the corpses. Trust me, we had a guy do that. It's not cool. Alright, and it's time for some violence. I'm actually going to manacle the bulwark so he can't guard his fellows. I will not be bound again. Will you get fooled again? Pistol shot the noble. Yep. Blue bloods tire easy. Let's see if we can pull the enchantress forward. We can. And... cultist enchantress. Surprise! God damn it. That was almost cool. Every time I think I'm gonna do something cool, every time I try to do something cool, they dodge, or they don't. It doesn't do enough damage, or I forget what I'm saying mid-sentence. Something always goes wrong. 2 damage per round for 5 rounds. That's not good. And the Enchantress continuing to be alive is also not good. Well, Beast Bile should fix that problem for us. Weaken the Brawler so he does less damage. And let's do a little bit of stress management mid-combat. Okay, foul warding. That ain't good. I do have a countermeasure for it, though. Let's start with this. If we stun him, yep. No more warding for you. May as well go with vulnerability next, just to do a little bit of damage. Yeah, pistol shot can't reach him, but grape shot blast sure can. Alright, and splorch for the old gods. And, Bernier, why don't you go with Solemnity for the new gods? Stress of 15 is acceptable. Oh. So, let's kill the gladiator, and the bulwark will die on its own. Or we can kill it.
singular strike.
And there we go. Take the loot, and that's the end of the mission.
Victories mount,
however,
so too will resistance.
I'm pretty sure this will just heal somebody, so I don't think it's really any use, but it doesn't hurt. Yeah, it just restores health. Anyway, let's get out of here.
The great ruins
That was rather
belong to
successful,
us,
though. We even got
and
yeah.
we will find whatever secrets they hold.
Yeah. Seriously. I feel like the game is mocking me right now. It's like, oh, it's okay. We'll set you up with some easy quests with good rewards to get you back in the game. And, oh, so with the portrait, he did actually get 12 resolve experience. And he has vampiric spirits, however. What even is that? Like, usually the diseases are at least diseases that I've heard of. But, oof. I'm locking that in. Bernier is faded. The guy with terribly low accuracy is faded. I'm locking that in right now. If we all know if I don't do it immediately, I will forget that I was going to do it. I'm going to go lock that in right.
Life. The greatest
What?
treasure of all.
I don't even... I'm giving it to... Sword of All's the one I'm bringing back. The Resolve level 6 guy who has locked in Faded and Unyielding. I'm definitely bringing Sword of All back, and I really need to treat his Necromania. We're at 5, I think. I think this may, not only is this number 5, but I believe Sword of All has actually come back from the dead more than once. Alright, so getting rid of the Apprentice Occultist.
Suffer not the lame horse, nor the broken man.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I said it, the game knows that I suck at this and has just decided to go easy on me. Alright. We're getting rid of your Necromania. It has given us too much trouble. Let's get that treated now. Alright. Bernier. I'm locking in Faded. I'm locking it in right now. I don't care how expensive is. I'm doing it. No matter how inexpensive is, I'm doing it. And let's get rid of the Vampiric Spirits. How many leeches does this take? Okay, that was a bit of a surprise. At this point, I'm not sure whether I'm about to win the lottery or be struck by lightning. I feel like it could go either way. And none of these is a Vestal, so they can all stay where they are. However, let's see. Thinking about upgrading, Riviere is going on whatever the next mission is because we need a high-level Vestal. So who else is going on it with her? It's going to be a team of Resolve level 3 people because all the level 4 people either are level 5 now or are indisposed. So what would be a good team composition? So Darcy and Riviere is a good combination. And then Tinel, so we have a Hellion, and then who would be a good position 3 person? So we have a Man-at-Arms, a Vestal, and a Hellion. I'll just keep Viewpont. He's been doing really well. He's good in position 3, so he gets to be my, he gets to be the 4th team member. Riviere, upgrade her armor. Don't really need to worry too much about her weapon. Tinel is already maxed out. How about Darcy? His stress level's a little high, but I think it's manageable. let's look at upgrading skills. Let's start with Riviere. And let's just upgrade the usual suspects. And, you know, Viewpont has done so well. Well, I'd say he's earned some extra investment in his character, but he really doesn't need it. I do need to treat some of his quirks. Alright. So, I have Tino maxed out. And Darcy, let's upgrade his core skills. Right. And now I'm just going to spend some gold upgrading some other people to spend us down to a more reasonable level of gold. But nothing really stands out as needing to be upgraded. So let's do what I keep forgetting to do and visit the Nomad Wagon. The Selfish Pendant. That's actually pretty good. I realize it's common, but I've never actually gotten one in the field, so let's buy one of those. And with that done, I don't think I'm even going to worry about a new recording file this time. Let's embark on another mission, see what we can get. The Lock of Fury. That could be good combined with the lock that reduces the stress effect of transformation if I want to focus on transformation for my abomination. But we're getting the Tome of Holy Healing. Because that means that between two missions we can actually have our entire... Tino gets position 1, Darcy gets position 2. We can actually have the Vestal's whole gear set. We can have all our specialized Vestal equipment. Okay, so first, Tortival. I'm taking away both of your trinkets. The main thing I need is the Ancestor's Portrait, but you don't need the Book of Sanity either, and other people could equip it. Now for the Vestal, she gets the Ancestor's Portrait because until she's champion level, she always gets the Ancestor's Portrait. She also gets the Sacred Scroll. Viewpont gets to keep... Not entirely. We're going into the Cove this time. So the Necromancer's Collar isn't really that helpful. Prophet's Eye isn't really that useful in this situation. However, where is our Eldritch Slayer's Ring? That's what you're getting. That 25% extra damage to Eldritch is going to be helpful. And we apparently have no Man-at-Arms specific equipment. So... let's go with the Crew's Bell, so that you can't be displaced, and the Flesh's Heart, so that you're more durable. That combined with Defender should be pretty helpful. And for our Hellion... let's see, the enemies resist bleeding here, and the extra 15% chance is probably not going to make much of a difference. However, the Selfish Pendant is always good. And do we have we have a second Eldritch Slayer's Ring. Let's just go with that. Alright, let's get ourselves some supplies. I'm not going to forget the torches. And this is the kind of mission where the medicinal herbs are really helpful. We're going to deal with blight and bleed and... no, we're not. Remember this from before. It's actually, there's like one area where you can actually encounter... there's only one circumstance under which you can actually encounter something where you need anti-venom in the Cove. A couple of keys. Shovels, because blockages can happen anywhere. And a little anti-venom. That's what this is. It's definitely not holy water. And I'm not forgetting the food either. Though we probably only need 12 since we're almost certainly going to encounter fish carcasses. Alright. Here's hoping we don't overstress the Man-at-Arms. The other thing is we do need to save up some gold so that we can train up Sortival. The man... I wish I could, like, give Sortival a medal or something for unparalleled dedication to duty. I mean, the man has brought himself back from the dead twice.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
The man has Sortival has brought himself back from the dead twice. That is not the kind of dedication you usually see these days. That's, you know, usually it's like, no, I'm dead. I can't come into work today. I'm dead. You're gonna have to call in somebody who's, you know, alive. But Sordaval, when I call him and say, listen, Sordaval, can you cover for us today? Our main tank called in sick. He says, well, yeah, I'm dead. The worms are feasting on my carcass right now. But you know what? For you, I'll come in anyway. Some people can't be convinced to come in on the weekends. He can be convinced to come in out of his eternal rest that he's supposed to get. Either that or he's just too stubborn to die. Alright. Ah, stress wave. Just what I needed right now. And spearfishing to remind us that it could be worse. Not really a lot the Vestal can do right now. Well, stun is always helpful.
How quickly the tide turns.
Ow. Oh, let's see. 89% to hit. That's actually pretty good. Alright, that's one gone. Alright, your chances of killing this thing are pretty low, so... Yeah, but Sordaval can finish it off with a crush. Or you could get a critical hit and just completely make a liar out of me. That works too. And... I actually want Retribution. Because that way I can punish the Oracle for using Stress Wave. Unless it decides not to target the Man-at-Arms. Then I can't really punish it for doing that. Well...
Eradicated.
And reminding me why I like the Hellion class so much. And there we go.
The fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yes, it's an heirloom chest, but this is... You know, actually, I'm pretty sure heirloom chests never have any other kind of loot in them. Oh. Yeah, I apologize to the I want to apologize to the previous map for any complaints I may have made about its layout. That was actually a pretty generous map layout. This is what a not generous map layout looks like. Oh, right, tracking shot. I can do that. Sometimes I forget I have that ability, which I still can't reach him with Dazzling Light, so let's just hit the Cutthroat, because he's almost as dangerous. And I'm just going to remind everyone how much I like stunning people by failing to stun people. Yeah.
The slow death. Unforeseen.
Alright, we at least managed to take away his stealth. And unfortunately, he managed to take away quite a few of Darcy's hit points. Well, that was a mistake. I should have used Grape Shot Blast, because now I have to dedicate an action to killing that guy. Well, I think I know how I'm going to do it. Which would have been a much easier decision if that had actually stunned the Bloodletter, but let's just let the Vestal finish the job.
Crumbles.
Ooh, Darcy is just having a bad day. Quick healing. It's really nice actually having a main healer. He's bleeding for 6, but I can't really... Oh! When Viewpont continues on his quest to demonstrate...
Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
It's actually appropriate to what I was talking about. Viewpont continues on his quest to demonstrate that he is the only hero that we need, apparently. Oh. start by weakening.
It's broken.
And Darcy has decided that no, he's gonna show off too. His bleeding resistance is actually not that high. High enough, though. Oh, I don't feel like letting you block attacks that are aimed at your teammates, so let's do that. You know what? Let's just kill the wife.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
And now your bold strategy is to buff the guy who is stunned. Except now he has that. No, that was actually a very smart move, because now I can't stun him anymore. Well, I maybe could. I mean, he's only got 95% stun resistance. But no, that was actually smart on the part of the Oracle. He buffs the guy who's stunned, because next turn he will not be stunned, and will have elevated stun resistance. Just go to their old friend Wicked Hack. And I realize it'll knock us out of formation a little bit, but yeah, I don't mind that at all. Also, after just saying that I couldn't stun the bulwark, I stunned the bulwark. There's continuity for you. And yeah, his bleed resistance is high, but his protection is also high. And so we're just gonna kind of fail at bypassing either of those.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
There's no way Rampart is overcoming 145% stun resistance. So we're just gonna have to very slowly beat at the bulwark until it goes down. Call it the siege strategy. Or we could get a critical hit. That can also happen.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Holy water? Not sure what that buff did. I really should have given that to someone else. I just didn't know what the buff was. Right. And the crate's empty. So, we get into this segment of the mission, which I like to call Disappointment and Backtracking. I also forgot to get us back into position. Let's go with tracking shot, because the Oracle is the only real threat. So let's see if we can get rid of him. And here we go. Alright, that leaves only the...
Sedated.
And since you're out of position, you may as well keep stunning people. And only one wait, we didn't surprise them. So I managed to forget the events of the beginning of the first round before we reached the end of the first round. Yeah, I am smart. Well, they're dead. They can't laugh at me about it.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Okay, we at least finally have scouting. And it's really rather pitiful scouting, honestly. I guess we used up all of our scouting luck on the last mission, and we're just gonna have to power through this. Or they're just going to give us the scouting really slowly, one at a time. Yep, and our first instance of hunger. Most certainly will not be our last. And heirlooms we don't need, and onyx that we do.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Alright, well, let's see what we got in here. My guess is fish. And of course it manages to be mostly cultists. Anytime I take a bet on something, the opposite ends up happening. At this point, I just need to, like, make a deal with someone where I tell them what the lottery numbers are not going to be, and then they take a bet out on the numbers that I say aren't going to be the real numbers, and then they'll win. Screw you, I'm keeping that in. Alright. Alright. See if we can get rid of the enchanters. Like I said, disappointment and fish. Let's just heal. Let's just heal the tank. May as well just keep the healing going. Healing train. And the adrenaline train while we're at it. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have used Rampart. But then again, I'm not exactly known for my fantastic decision making, now am I? Ooh. Wide mouths are fast. I'm still not used to just how fast they are, though I think in general the enemies tend to be faster than we are. That was exactly the wrong target. Well, it doesn't matter. And, Riviere, would you do us the honors? There we go. Ooh, dazzling charm. That could actually be good.
So too will resistance.
And we have an empty spot for it. Alright, and commence the backtracking and a trap that respawn. Is there like a stagehand running around back there setting up new traps and ushering in new monsters? Like, I'm just imagining this as like a key grip is running in the background setting things up so that whenever we clear an area, they quick get it reset for the next group of guys. At this point, this feels less like a, like the ruins of our ancient manor and more like a really, really fucked up amusement park. And these are just the rides. Instead of going on like roller coasters and stuff, you get to be attacked by fish people and have them try to kill you. Hey, don't knock it till you've tried it. And even more hunger. And we still haven't encountered any fish carcasses. I gambled a lot on the fish carcasses, and that may come back to bite me. But that's the thing with the dead fish. They're never there for you when you need them. You do everything you can for your dead fish, and then when you need your dead fish to be there for you, it's like, hey, I'm dead. There's literally nothing I can do to help you. You know, like a quitter. You see, Sortival, on the other hand, he doesn't let being dead stop him from being helpful. I'm not letting that joke die. There we go. That's at least 2 of them gone. Ooh, and Darcy is kind of on the way out himself. Force of Devil. Please don't succeed at moving the Vestal again. Okay, good. We resisted it. A little bit of healing. And fortunately, Viewpont, pretty much the only thing you can do is the one thing I need you to do. Fail to kill the wide mouth. That's what I needed you to do. And if you were in position 1, because I wasn't an idiot and didn't forget to reposition, you would be able to hit the wide mouth. Now it's just a question of who gets to go first. And there we go.
Seize this momentum.
Okay.
Push on to the task's end.
Actually, I'm gonna take the jade. A shovel. Oh, we're out of space for shovels. You know what? We have yet to actually need anti-venom for anything. I'll drop the anti-venom for the gold, and that's an heirloom chest. I'm not even bothering anymore. There's no way it has anything important. Let's actually remember to get back into position this time. And yet another already looted pack. I guess the stagehands are slacking off or something. They're not resetting this place as quickly as they're supposed to. And we have a secret door. And there's a not-so-secret ghoul on top of the secret door. How are we gonna do this? keep stun. Alright. Would have been helpful if he'd been stunned. You know what? Let's just see if we can get rid of the stingers first. The fewer enemies are on the field, the better. And there we go. Start with Retribution. Partially because the ghoul has a lot of abilities that target the entire party, I say as he uses Skull Toss, which doesn't. Twice. Okay, yeah, Viewpot, time for some payback. I was hoping for slightly more payback than that. And I was going to use Defender, and then I forgot. Yes, really, that's not a joke. I was going to use Defender on Viewpot, and then I forgot and used Crush instead. Right, its bleeding resistance is only 40%. Unfortunately, its evasion is considerably higher than that. And had I used Skull Toss on Viewpot, things would be a lot better than they are right now. Okay. Had I used Skull Toss... Apparently I'm the ghoul now, and I'm throwing skulls at my own people. I'm forgetting which side I'm on in the middle of a fight. It's like... I'm like that soccer player that scores goals for the opposing team. Yeah, Open Vein can't reach. Pistol Shot can. Though damage over time is pretty necessary against an enemy this durable. May as well go with Divine Comfort since everybody's a little damaged. You know what? Let's just get everybody up to full.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never.
You know, maybe I should have tried to stun the ghoul. Okay, and finally, the Defender actually does what it's supposed to do. And there we go.
Victory.
Gotta love Iron
Perhaps
Swan.
the turning point.
And don't really need a bleed amulet. Barnacle encrusted chest. Oh, we have a solution for that. And we can't pick up the crests, and we don't need them. We need to explore all three of these upper rooms, and then we're... I forgot... Which is becoming my catchphrase for this mission. I forgot the secret door. Let's just go do that now. Alright. HP.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
Got deeds. What else to drop? Jade. And... Map doesn't tell us whether there are any more, Let's light up a torch and drop the remainder of that stack of torches.
Victory.
Okay. Oh, that was a rather profitable expedition. I mean, the ghoul didn't randomly drop a jute tapestry this time, but I'm not complaining. Because if I am, I know that the game will punish me for that somehow.
Hacks laden with loot are often low on supplies.
So... I finally get a fish carcass, which I was counting on as a source of food, and the one thing we don't get from it is food. And it winds up not mattering, because apparently we didn't need to explore as much as I thought we did. Well, as has become tradition, let's light up the firewood and use this as an opportunity to de-stress.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Right. Step 1, no midnight surprises. I am going to gamble on Gallows Humor. And it worked! Alright. And now I'm just going to have the Man-at-Arms and the Bandit encourage each other. Since T-Nell doesn't know Revel. And that's that. Managed to finish with low stress, full health, and plenty of loot.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I was sure we would have to explore more rooms than that.
We will find all manner of great and terrible things in this watery tomb.
Honestly, I'm just astonished with all kinds of great and terrible fish, much less all the other stuff we've been finding. And everybody makes it up to resolve level 4. Riviere is a stress eater. Oh, it fixed her weak grip on life. That's actually really good. And we're also rid of... Also, she's steady now, which reduces her stress. Stress eating isn't great, but a lot of negative quirks are worse than that. And let me guess, more people came back to life while we were gone.
The walls between the sane world and that unplumbed dimension of delirium are tenuously thin here.
Anyway, they're 28,000 gold. Our Vestal, who is almost up to champion... She's 5 resolve experience away from being champion level. And the general progress. And our recovering probably our 2 most heavily used trinkets. That is going to be the end for this part. Yep, I did it all in one continuous take this time rather than splitting it up into 2 videos. But, either way, that is going to be the end for this week. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.